would be asked and things like that, because it's a little nerve-wracking, right, being asked questions on Skype interviews. It was awesome. I'm so excited that Lori's excited. The people in the casting company are so excited. They've been doing this for a very long time, and she said she sees gold with us, and I'm so excited about that. Just to set the scene for why they're doing this, why they contacted me, and the connections and what we anticipate happening, and what we're excited about. Of course, nothing's been signed yet, so I'm not trying to make any empty promises. I'm just trying to keep you in the loop. So, I'm excited, so I want to share that. So we did a Skype interview. My Skype interview was apparently longer than everyone else's will be, because I will be what they envision as kind of the narrator or the connector to the show, to the different episodes in the show, kind of like Julie, the cruise director on the Love Boat, who I always wanted to be. I have actually lived her life for real. She did it acting, I did it for real. But I love her. So she started off, I'm just going to go through the questions, asking me how I got into the cruise industry. So, as I told her, I've been in the cruise industry since 1999, and I just had a passion for travel. And at the end of the day, honestly, my parents were kind of broke. We only went on vacations, camping. That's all I ever went, is camping. I am a good camper. I'm a good Girl Scout. I can build a fire with twigs, and I can pitch a tent. I did a lot of camping. But when I was done camping, I really wanted to go see the world, and we didn't have any money to do so. So after college, I was looking for opportunities to do both, travel, make money, and kind of get my career off, right? So I was in exercise physiology, and I was in fitness. So in short, I ended up just working on board cruise ships. Well, first I had to work at 5-star resorts to get that job. So, sorry, my hand's getting tired. I ended up having to work at Canyon Ranch, which is an amazing experience, one of the #1 health spas in the world. I ran some United States Fish and Wildlife fitness centers. I worked at every fitness center possible and worked with high-end clientele. So the cruise ship scooped me up, long story short, and I started in 1999 working on board Princess Cruises. And from there, I realized that there just wasn't a lot of opportunity to go any further in a career setting. I was at the top with the fitness, and I really wanted to grow, and I wanted to make money. I really wanted to make more money too. And I was a natural at the cruise director arena. So back then they used to have you do fitness by day, and by night they would have you on the stage if you had microphone skills, and I could also teach dance, so they were really psyched about that. So I became kind of trained in the cruise director arena. Shortly thereafter, my development with cruise director staff went up, and eyes on the prize. I ended up, hi Marianne, I ended up going for cruise director, and I was deputy second in charge of all the singers and dancers and entertainment on board for Princess Cruises. So that was exciting. And then I was exhausted, and I was like, oh my God, 8 years has gone by. I got to get on land. I need insurance. I really do. I need insurance. I should have a dog. I really want a dog. That was another real reason. And I was also kind of sad about the transparency of it all, because working on cruise ships is really for hard working people. I mean, like, you hustle. And I was exhausted, and also I felt like I kept giving a lot of love away. And if you know me at all, if you've cruised with me, like, I am very high energy, and it's because I respect you and I want you to have that. You deserve it. It doesn't mean that every day that I'm feeling great, but every day that I'm your cruise director, I want you to feel like you're feeling great. And that's really what professionalism, I think, in this industry is all about. Being able to keep that level of excitement, that level of entertainment, that level of energy up for your guests. So I really wanted that for all of you, but nobody came back, right? So I met thousands and thousands and thousands of people every single week. And one day, this is the pinnacle moment of why I got off cruise ships, why I stopped living on board, is there was a family of 4. They came on board, and they were hugging me and loving me, and like, Shelby, we're so happy to see you at the gangway. I was embarking people, like, welcome aboard, with their little cruise card, taking their picture. You know the deal, right? You've been on cruises. And I didn't know them, but I pretended like I did because they were so sweet. And I was like, oh no, what have I done? I forgot who these people are. And come to find out, I hadn't met them for 2 years. 2 years ago, they said they had me as their cruise director their first ever cruise. And they're like, your picture's on our mantle. We think you all the time. We've been following you. We're trying to find you. And I'm thinking, wow, I don't even know what contract I'm doing next. How did you find me? That's amazing. And what really happened at that point was like a kind of a realization. I had been on ships for about 7 or 8 years. And I was like, that is so sad that like a family loves me, follows me, has a picture of me on their mantle, and I really cannot remember who they are. And that just so sad to me. Like, I was like, God, life is too short. And I was approaching 30, I guess, at that time. And I was like, I really want a legacy and I want to connect with people that I see again. And so then my other company and all the singles arena came around. So one of the real reasons I did not want to go back on cruise ships when I moved to Florida, I was like, I'm done with the ships. I'm so done. I'm getting a dog. I'm getting a house. I'm condo. I'm totally not like gonna be on cruise ships anymore. But the cruise ship arena, the cruise director, was it was a lot smaller back then. And, we're talking 15 years ago or so, before the big influx. And so I was like, okay, well, one of my friends said, you should take this job interview. You'd be perfect. I can't take it. I'm on the other coast. I would. You should do it. So I reluctantly did the job interview. And then when I understood what like solo sailings and all this was about, I was like, that is pretty freaking awesome because you're connecting all these people. And my biggest concern is, will I see them again? And they said, yes, they come again and again and again. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. So, fast forward over a decade, whatever. But that was the truth. They came back again and again. Like, I have spent more time with some of my cruisers than I have with like boyfriends I was dating and family. And it's just crazy, right? So anyway, I told her my story. Then she asked me, what are the good travel options for people over 50? Because do I know characters over 50? And I'm like, most of our population, we have all ages, and I love that. But the majority of the people that are traveling are over 50, and they're fabulous. And she said, she said something about seniors. And I was like, we got to stop using that word because they don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think it's true. A lot of people that I know how old you are because I book your cruises, but I would never know how old you are if I just asked you. I'd be shocked. And, I said, no, we have mostly characters in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. We have a few in their 70s that are just hilarious. And age is really, I hate the term age is just a number because it's just so cliche. I want to come up with a better one, like age is meaningless if your heart is happy. It really doesn't matter. So I've always been of the, hi, Linda. I've always been of the idea that I just look at people through two lenses. I either see good-hearted or mean-spirited. And I don't care what age they are. I'm trying to stay with the good-hearted, fun people. So we have a lot of those. So also they asked me for some people that are going to be on our cruises because the idea of what we're going to be doing, the Fun Over 50, they want to showcase basically that life isn't over at 55, and they want multi-generational and all kinds of ages, but they also just really want to showcase something that's always been dear to my heart after being with the singles for so long, is just that these people are living life to the fullest. They are really enjoying themselves. They are still open to connections. They're living life. They're squeezing the shit out of life, and I love it, and so we're so excited to show that to the world. So I was responsible for giving her a few people that have contacted me, and if you're interested in doing it, please just message below so I can get back to you at some point and connecting you with Lori so that you can do a Skype interview. But we're looking for a few things. We're looking for characters over 50 that love to travel, that are coming on one of our travel.fun sailings, either the July 17th out of Europe or July 24th, or our Virgin Voyages, which if you have not booked yet, book, because we have like 8 solo cabins left now. And I just want to remind you, it doubles the price. Like once you try to get a solo cabin for 2 people, it's going to be $2,000, not $1,000. So if you have anybody and it's ridiculously $100 deposit, $100 onboard credit, don't be silly. So they have to be on our sailings. And also it would be great for an opportunity for them to be at least visiting Florida, because they're going to be following them through some of our travel.fun solo adventures. Like we're having a couple wine tastings. We're doing a lock and key thing for singles. So they want to develop the characters like that on land, and then have the pinnacle. In fact, Linda, we talked about you shopping with Linda. Take Linda shopping. And so we were thinking about that. Buy her something pink. We did talk about you, of course, Linda. And you're certainly on the list naturally since you're the connector anyway. For sure, non-negotiable. Linda's in the crew. But people that would be interesting on camera, of course, people that are happy to share. Of course, not everyone has to share, but if you want to be a part of it, we want you to want to be a part of it because it is pretty exciting to showcase. And they're looking to show the fun things, by the way. They're not looking, they want drama, of course, TV wants drama, but they're not looking for the bad, like craziness, that some people, I think some shows don't showcase all the good. There's so much good to show. They said, what would it be like? I'm like, well, of course you're going to see relationships develop because that just happens naturally. But, you're going to see the partying, the karaoke's, the dance classes, the funny things that happen at all the events. And then all around the ports, everywhere we go, all the funny things that happen while we're in port doing our tours, our parties, and just our experiences. So they want to showcase that. So I gave her a few names of people on our cruises that I think are just going to be fabulous, and I'll connect you guys later. And if you want to book the cruise, let us know. Just message me. And then they say, how are you connected? And helping them move to Florida. So I don't know if a lot of people know this about me, but I'm a big fan of Del Rey. And so Delray Beach is like, I met Del Rey and I was like, I want to spend all of my money here. So not only have I stayed connected with all my friends that I've cruised with, I'm moving them into Del Rey area. We're having a big party for Bill Barneschke on the 22nd in Delray Beach. So please don't delay. It's a wine tasting, and then we have an 80s night afterwards. But I'm just passionate about keeping people connected and just staying connected with good people so that we can continuously just live our lives together and have travel experiences together and really squeeze everything out of life, because that's what we're here for. And life can get very, very hard. We all go through our big trials and tribulations, and I'm not immune to that. And I do share some of that on Facebook, but when you see me in person, I tell the truth. It's not always easy. Hi, Dan. You're coming on Halloween. It's going to be great. It's just, life is hard. So when we do these vacations together, I feel like it really helps to just change life, the way you look at life, and it enhances your life. So I feel like what we do at Travel.Fun is super meaningful, and our solo travel division is awesome. And we do book all travel, and we do your groups. I have a lot of people reaching out. We do reunions. We don't even charge extra money because as a travel agency, we're part of a huge company that actually gives us discounts. So we're not charging you anymore. And often we can give you guys a little bonus just for being with a travel agency. Like I just booked a bunch of our friends on Windstar, amazing power yacht. We're still trying to get on that, and if you're interested, let me know. But they got $100 extra onboard credit just from booking with us. And of course, when you go to Virgin, if you book directly, you don't get the onboard credit either. So right now we're giving you guys $100 for the insides, $200 for the balconies, and $400 for the Rockstar Suites. So you get that from booking with a travel agency. So just so you know, there are perks involved. So it's a win-win, and I love a win-win. I don't want to be the only one winning. I want you to win too, but I want us all to win. So the next stage of the game with the casting is I'm going to reach out to a few of the people that are on our cruises that are interested, that I feel are a good fit, and she will be interviewing them on Skype, and then they'll be pitching it to the network. And we're looking for fun over 50, and it doesn't mean that you don't, if you're under 50, it doesn't mean that you can't be on the show, but they're trying to showcase to the world that, life ain't over after 50, right? I love it. All right, I'm Shelby. You're fabulous. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me, and just comment below if you're really interested, especially if you're on any of our sailings. Travel.fun.com. Bye-bye for now.